G'day everyone, my name is David Meyer and welcome back to First Time Reefer TV. Now you guys have seen in my last video, had a bit of a catastrophe in the tank where the water went really cloudy. I ended up doing a 25% water change and cleaned out the skimmer and turned the skimmer back on and got the tank going again. I couldn't really figure out what actually went wrong. I can only, I've been suggested possibly the power went out in the house for a significant amount of time and then the bacteria died, and that's what caused an ammonia spike perhaps, or a bacterial bloom. I don't actually know. I don't think it was from that cloudy stuff that was coming out of the A cans in that little video, because the amount to come out to make it cloudy would be ridiculous, right? But after that saga and getting to bed at midnight, I woke up in the morning and went over to check the tank. It wasn't cloudy anymore, but as soon as I touched the tank, I knew something was wrong. I felt the water, and it was really, really warm. The heater had failed overnight and got stuck on, even though it's got the thermostat and the temperature probe. I don't know how that happened. But it's obviously a faulty product. It's the second time it's happened now. First time I saved it. This time I couldn't, and I'll explain why I couldn't save it this time. But I'm going to say that I'm getting rid of the Waypro heater because I think it's a piece of and to fail twice in a short period of time, it's definitely not a reliable piece of equipment. And I think I've learned my lesson the hard way to try and make sure there's redundancy in the tank for these measures. Now, speaking of redundancy, I do have a Senai reef monitor, which gives me very basic readings such as ammonia, so I can tell when there's an ammonia spike, and temperature, most importantly. And these parameters, if they fall out within the range that I've set, Senai sends me an email and I can quickly go and check the tank. Now, with the tank going cloudy the other day, I was wondering why I wasn't notified, and then I had a look. This here is a Wi-Fi extender, which comes with your, came with the Senai that I bought. So that essentially connects to the Senai SWS device and then pumps out and connects to the router, so it can display results on the dashboard, as well as send you emails when the parameters fall out of what you've set it at. With that failing and having no power, the Senai wasn't sending me any parameters or any details at all, or any warnings whatsoever, so I couldn't actually know something was going on or wrong with the tank. So when shit goes wrong, it tends to just happen all at once. So I can only assume now that that's it's a power issue of some sort. Possibly the power did go out, and maybe power going back on just tripped that device, and it's just one little thing that wasn't working, and it's basically destroyed my tank, right? So when I touched the water, it was like super warm, like bathtub warm. So I assumed the heater had been going from midnight when I plugged it in all the way into the morning when I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning. And you could imagine how hot that would have got the tank. I let the tank cool down slowly to avoid any further stress. I've got an E-Heim in the tank now, which I took out previously, just because it didn't fit in the sump, but the reliability of the E-Heim is more important for me at the moment. I've ordered parts to build a temperature controller, which is I think the STC 1000, that I can connect the heater to, just a sort of safeguard, just in case it does go over a certain temp, it can cut the power to that. Man, I'm shattered. There was so many nice corals. My A cans aren't looking happy. Gonny's bleached, looks bleached. Most of my A cans look bleached. SPS piece I got in there, which I just recently got just to test the waters. It's probably been hit the hardest. Actually, no, my Sinulari has been hit the hardest. I'll show you a picture. I'll show you some video of that. My little shrimp is still dead. I haven't lost any fish, thankfully. I think I've lost one snail. A bunch of corals that just look like they're melting away. It's a bitch. And not only that, I actually couldn't tell what the temperature of my tank was because I relied on the Senai to tell me my temperature. And I don't have a glass thermometer, which I've gone and bought one now, just to sort of safeguard that. I'm going to get a digital one as well, just so I've got 3 different ones on the tank, so I don't have that problem. I'm going to buy an ammonia test kit, because I couldn't tell what my ammonia was because I relied on the Senai. And a Senai monitor doesn't connect directly to a MacBook. It only connects to Windows or PC. I only have a MacBook. So just a huge combination of things that have gone wrong that have absolutely just f***ed my tank. Right, so I'll show you some of the corals now. So we got that one there, green star pollet, that's gone. This pink gonny is just like destroyed. Well, it looks like it's just melted. SPS looks okay, but it's on its way out, I can tell. It's nowhere near as bright as it was. All the green's gone, all the tips are bleaching out. Gold stem torch, which is one of my favorites, is gone. The hammer out the back there, that's gone. Couple of torches out the back there, they're gone. I think this brain coral's all bleached on its edges there, and it's just all white along the edges. My highly prized rainbow acan. That piece there. Man, I hope that's gonna come back. I really do, because that is my absolute favorite piece of coral in my tank. Blastos look like they bounced back a little bit because they looked a lot shitter than that before. That looks like it's okay, sort of. This piece here is just completely bleached. It's bright pink. There's no extension left in it. It's just not looking happy. This one here is actually starting to look a little bit better, but the colour is really pale on it compared to what it was before. This stack of acans that I just got recently from a mate, some of them are looking okay. Some of them are just, like this one here is just oozing with crap coming out of it. There's a few pieces like that, that's completely gone. That one there's, out the back there's got crap coming out of it too. I'll see if I can zoom in on that. So, what do you do? What do you do? Piece up there looks bleached as well. Hopefully not, but I think it is. It is what it is, I suppose. Coral can always be replaced. I'm not going to be ripping the tank down. I didn't want to spend too much time with little things on this tank because I've got a big build planned for later this year, which I don't think a lot of the equipment that's on this tank will be able to go onto that. I've got another Wi-Fi extender coming in the mail, so I can get my Senai back up and running. I've got my chip soaking, so I'm going to get a new chip in there. But I don't know. What can you do? Right, I'm just hoping that some of these corals I can actually save and they're not all going to go into the shit, which I think some of them will survive, or should survive because they're not dead yet. I'm just going to try and maintain really stable water parameters, really keep an eye on the temperature, and once the Senai's back up and running I'll be able to really keep an eye on that and hone down to the parameters where I get warned. And I'll just try and really maintain my alkalinity which I've got some new products which I'm going to use. I was going to start doing videos on. I'll show you my pink gunny. Let's go on to, oh, this is what I wanted to show you. That, my friends, is what's left of my Sinularia, my leather coral. It has definitely seen better days. You know what, my coral can get replaced. I'm happy I haven't lost any fish. I'm just gonna keep an eye on the tank and hopefully keep pumping out some videos for you guys. But if you guys can give me any advice of what I should be doing for the tank, feel free to leave a comment in the comments section below. And I'll have updates quite regularly of how the tank's going. I've got some stuff arriving for the tank, which I'm going to just keep pumping out videos. Even if the corals aren't looking fantastic in the tank, it's not going to be a reflection on any of the products that I'll be using. It's just time to go shopping again. Anyway, if you guys want to keep finding out and staying up to date about how this tank is going, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram where I show all my craziness. And until next time, guys, peace.